Liquidator. This is the Liquidator Report. Happy New Year to everybody. And on this episode, man, we got to talk about Jake Paul being hit with some devastating news. I still want to give big prayers up to Anthony Joshua as he go through his ups and downs from the situation that happened in Nigeria. Sending condolences out to him and his family. But we got to get back to this developing story that just came out about 20 minutes ago. That is Jake Paul being removed from the cruiserweight rankings. Yes, he has been removed. Now, Jake Paul was truly trying to find his way and figure out his way to actually make a run for a belt. Now, I'm here to tell you, many people thought he probably could get it done. Not me so much, but it is people out there that truly thought he was a legitimate boxer. He deserved a legitimate shot at potentially getting a belt. Now, I'm here to tell you, look like the cat is out the bag. The rabbit is damn show out the hat because the WBA has just listed the cruiserweight rankings. And guess what? Jake Paul ain't even on there. Let's head on over to X right now. Pull it up right now, man. This is a shocking development, man. Jake Paul, he has not yet responded to this news, but this is very shocking. Happy Punch stated Jake Paul has been dropped from the WBA cruiserweight rankings after his knockout loss to Anthony Joshua. So before the fight with Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul was actually a ranked boxer. He was ranked number 14 in the cruiserweight division. Now, with him not being ranked, I'm not that very familiar with the boxing rankings like that, but I think that might affect him potentially getting another fight, a legitimate fight again. I don't know. But at this point, it looked like Jake Paul, if he want to remain in boxing, he's going to have to do more charity fights because what I'm about to show y'all right here was ugly. Yeah. Yeah, that was an ugly situation that took place on Netflix, man. Somebody said Jake Paul to the WBA before fighting Anthony Joshua. Let's see what else somebody else said. I mean, people is definitely poking fun at Jake Paul, man. Somebody said it was a disgrace he was ever ranked in the first place. So it's a lot of people that ain't really rocking out with Jake Paul. Somebody said, bro is one wire transfer away from being ranked. Literally. That's what he deserved anyway. He has no place in boxing. A lot of people feel that he's making boxing look bad. This person is weird. He said trash ranking system. Somebody said, oh, I get it, because he shouldn't have been ranked. But at the same time, how does he lose a cruiserweight rank after fighting a heavyweight fighter? Commissions are joke. Now, they kind of got a point there because Anthony Joshua is not a cruiserweight fighter. He was a heavyweight fighter. But at the end of the day, it's a loss that went on his record, too, because I believe your record play a factor, too. Somebody said he was only ranked in the first place to justify the fight with Anthony Joshua. That's literally the only reason he would be ranked. This person said, shocker, bro. Try track and field. I don't know, man. I said this the other day. I believe that Jake Paul should just enjoy his money, go about his business, and enjoy his life. He got like 5,000 acres down there in Georgia. Go fishing, go hunting, and, enjoy your time. You still a young man. You still got your whole life ahead of you, bro. Just give it up. That's just my take on it. But this comment said Jake Paul is an absolute embarrassment to the sport of boxing, a fraud who buys his way into fights against legitimate champions like Anthony Joshua, only to get knocked out in the 6th round after clinching, flopping, and running like a coward. He has no real skill or heart. Wow. Talking about landing on a person. Somebody said, I've never seen leg clinching used as a technique in boxing before. Jake Paul tactics seemed to be the runway until he got tired and dived to the canvas to avoid trading punches with Anthony Joshua with an embarrassment. Anthony Joshua saw the rigged Mike Tyson fight and said, hold my beer, I got this hero. AJ pulled punches all night. So that was a story too that was being talked about, was that Anthony Joshua hold his punches, not really letting his hands go, kind of. But at the end of the day, we all got to remember, man. Anthony Joshua got a license to kill. He know he could physically hurt Jake Paul. Like if he, like y'all got to think about the well-being of a person, bro. Like I know, like a lot of people want to say different things about Jake Paul fights, but end of the day, we all could agree that this fight was a legit, real fight, right? So, with that being said, Anthony Joshua would know that he could have hurt Jake Paul at some point in time. He don't want to hurt that man. That man got a mother. Y'all ain't see him at the end of the fight go talk to Jake Paul mom, told him sorry. He did that. You know, everybody ain't like that, bro. Like I know a lot of people might feel a type of way about Jake Paul, but I don't know, but let's read this. Somebody said controversial opinion. Jake Paul did spectacularly well against Anthony Joshua despite the KO in the end. I don't understand the hate. He fought a weight class higher against a way more experienced opponent who is bigger, stronger, and taller. Yet he survived 6 rounds, but Jake Paul only survived 6 rounds because Anthony Joshua allowed him to survive 6 rounds. Now, somebody else that people has been throwing a name out there is none other than KSI, another social media influencer that got a pretty decent boxing record. Now, KSI went on a podcast and actually talked about potentially fighting Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul will destroy KSI. At this point, Jake Paul have enough experience to fight any social media entertainer and beat him, bro. I'm sorry. All like influencers stay away from Jake Paul. He like that now. You know what I'm saying? And UFC fighters, y'all need to stay away from him too. But like I stated, KSI went on a podcast and talked about potentially fighting Jake Paul. Let's get that pulled up because I believe that is a new segment that has come out, and that's what I want to share with you guys right now. Let's give it a listen.
Hey, I'm gonna say this right now. All right, Jake Paul, if you want to play in the Side Bend charity match, you can play. How about that?
Thing is, I don't care. Like he can, sure. Hopefully I'm against him so I can break his legs. I think the world would be very happy if that happened. I'm over trying to fight him. Okay, I still think he's a piece of shit, and I want nothing to do with him. But in terms of me boxing him or whatever, nah, bro, I don't care anymore. He had his chance and he blew it. And hopefully by the time you watch this,
he don't care anymore because you will lose. Jake Paul will knock all the marbles and screws out of your socket, bro. I just got to keep it real. Jake Paul will knock you from here to 2027. We just hit 26, dog.
He would have been knocked out. But yeah, for the charity match, it'd be great.
Jake says no. Hey, we'll put him on the other team.
Yeah. If Jake is on the same team as me, then there'll be problems. Then there'll be problems. If he's on the other side, yeah, it's calm.
They said it last time. Jay just said to a couple people last time, like, oh, if you get this many likes, you can play. So, JJ Jake Paul, that's what I'm saying, man.
I mean, like, ultimately, it's all for charity. So, if it means more money goes to charity, then sure.
So that was KSI speaking about the Jake Paul situation, man. I want to know y'all thoughts down in the comment section right now about Jake Paul, about his future in boxing, because as of right now, he is not a ranked boxer at all. And as more sports stories come out, you guys can come here right on the channel to check it out. Be sure to hype the video, like the video. I am John the Liquidator. This has been another episode of the Liquidator Report. Guys, until next time, peace out.